LearnCity. My name is Praise, and in today's class we'll be talking briefly about truth tables. Now, the truth or false of a proposition is its truth values. In a statement, a proposition that is true has a truth value of T, and a proposition that is false has a truth value of F. In a statement, a proposition that has a truth value that is true has a truth value of T, and a proposition that is false has a truth value of F. Now, we'll be forming a table whereby we have conjunction, disjunction, and conditional statements of P and Q, where we have it to be true, false, where we have it to be either true or false. Now, for conjunction, we have P, we have Q, we have P conjunction Q. Now, when we have two truths, for conjunction it will be true, where we have true and false, we have it to be false. But we have it to be false and true, we have it to be false. And where we have it to be false and false, we have it to be false, in which this means P conjunction Q is true when both P and Q are true. This means P to Q are true when only P and Q are true. Now, for disjunction, we have P, we have Q, we have P or Q. We have true, true, we have true, false, we have false, true, and we have false, false. Now, for disjunction, it states that when one is true, then it is true, and when both is false, it is false. So true and true here, it is true. True and false here, it is either of the two, we have it to be true. False and true here, one is true, we have it to be true, and false and false, we have it to be false. So it says P disjunction Q is false when P and Q is false. Now, for the conditional statement, we have for the conditional statement, we have P, Q, and P to Q. True, 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 false, false, true, false, and false. Now, for a conditional statement, we have it that when P is true, then it will be true. Now, when P is true and Q is false, then it is false, because we said if then. A conditional statement is if then. If P is true and Q is false, then P to Q says it is false. Now, if P is true, if P is false, then Q is true, then we have it to be true. Now, if Q is false, then Q is false, we have it to be false. we have it to be true. When P is false and Q is false, we have it to be true, which says that P is false when P and Q is false. So P negation Q will be false when the P and Q is false. When P and Q is false. Now we have the biconditional statement. We have P, Q, we have P to Q. True, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. Now, for a biconditional statement, when we have T and T to be true, then it is true. When we have when we have one truth and one false, it is false. When we have one false and one true, it is false. And when we have one false and one false, it is true. Now, the biconditional statement is true when both P and Q are either both true or both false. So for biconditional statement, if our P is true and our Q is true, then it is true. If our P is false, our Q is false, then it is also true. Now, for the negation of a statement, we have P, Q, and negation P. Okay, we have only P or Q. There's also one negation Q. So when it is true, we have it to be false, and when it is false, we have it to be true. So if P is true, then negation P is false, and if P is false, then negation P will be true. If P is true, negation P is false. So which means negation is saying that it is always the opposite of our statement. It is the opposite of our statement. Now, other symbols for negation are we have P here, we have P by here, and we have P. These are the other symbols for negation of a statement. And this brings us to the end of our class on truth tables of our logic statements. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll be seeing you in our next class. Thank you.